That's right, we're live on Chicano Tube. Don't forget to hit that like. That's right. Every single Friday night. Let me go ahead and get the chat up, gente. Give me a second. That's right. You want to give a phone call? A shout out to anyone, 831-205-1735. We're live on Friday night. Let's let that intro play. It's worthy of it. That's right, Sacred Hurt. I appreciate you, amiga. We're live on Friday night. That's right. I appreciate everyone that's tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like. Let me know what you think of the new intro. Yeah, that's going to be the permanent intro, that's for sure. 831-205-1735. We'll open up the lines as well. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. I appreciate you. El Chapo's in the casa. Let's go through the formalities first. Well, let's go ahead and go through them then. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone that's been rocking with me. Gracias to the members only, which is the backbone of the community. And, of course, to all the listeners, to you guys out there on YouTube Landia that tune in, and out of millions and millions and tens of thousands of channels, you're tuning in right here to Chicano Tube for one of probably many reasons. You either rock with Mikey, eres Chicano, maybe you're first generation Mexican American like me, so you feel like representing like I do, or you just know the direction that we're going and what we're going to be doing here. It's going to get way bigger than just one person. That's guaranteed. It's going to be a movement to the point where we're going to have these people have the real conversations with some of these people that say they want to represent the people. Because there's been a lot of bozos on the internet that say, I'm for the people. A lot of bozos. Some people, I know, should we just start already, huh? Cheesematube. Some people have said me some stuff on the formalities are done, so I appreciate you, Chapo, for reminding me, cabrón. Gracias, güey. Some people have sent me some clips. They said, some of these individuals I used to fuck with, they said they're going live again. And I said, well, shit, it's a free country. Why can't you go live? Oh, you mean that they're coming off of like an internet reputation recovery, where the internet reputation got tarnished. Why? Because you came off one way, and then everything that was dropped, everything that was put out there, not just that, there's plenty of videos on how you were exposed as a 100% baboso. A baboso, lying to the people. Not just more than lying to the people, getting off on some shit that's actually I have zero tolerance for. So I'm not going to say a name, but someone sent me a clip and said, oh, this individual went live yesterday, Mikey. What do you think about it? Hold on, es que tengo sed. This thing, I swear, it needs a wide mouth. You remember when Coors, I think Coors was the first one that came out with the wide mouth. Remember that one? But anyways, okay, so yes, I won't say the pendejo's name, but to come off the way he came off, alcohol-infused outrage, I'll pull up, I'm close by him, all this other shit that happened, right? And then in the end, it just comes back, boom, and hits him like in the pinche cara. Now, I liked his message in the beginning. Actually, in the beginning, I thought, oh, this is someone that's interesting. I thought it was interesting, and I was subscribed. The day I unsubscribed, the very moment, you guys are probably going to ask in the comment section. I'll get to him right now. Who the hell is he talking about? Someone that sent me, that just started doing lives again, that wasn't doing lives, but someone that sent me a clip. The day I unsubscribe, and this is my only personal convictions. It doesn't have to be yours. Who gives a shit? You like 1 million YouTube channels? I can't even watch. I can't even catch up with 5 or 10, let alone, 100 or 1 million. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But what was the cutting of the tie there? Well, yeah, let's just say this was the main thing, the main string that cut the tie is the sex play. So there was a live that was done, and this individual was leaning back, and he's just, doing his thing. His arm is up like this, and he has ladies in the comment section, ladies in the chat, and I can't fuck with this. I'm telling you guys, this is something that I have a hard line. I will draw this line deeper than any other line because this is what I was taught. I'm not saying what I was taught was like the ultimate doctrine or the gospel. I'm just saying this is how I was taught because I seen too many cats get into wrecks over this. And then you got some of these individuals saying they got all the... They're not even worth mentioning their names. They're saying they got all the schooling and supposedly are knowing how to do this and do that and carry themselves and professionalism and all that. And this individual was leaning back and he goes, oh shit, my shit is hard. Something like that. Everyone laughing, and I'm like insulting, disrespecting to the women. I can't stand individuals that have absolute, just let it all go. If they had it at one point, let all their self-respect go, 1 for themselves, 2 for the ladies. So I unsubscribed from that, but also right there. And then we know the whole other backstory, right? The whole other backstory was big and bad, and I'll wreck your family, and I'll pull up where you at, and all this other shit. But all that ended on July, was it the 4th of July? All that ended on the 4th of July when everything got put out there. Oh, wait a second, this dude was a fraud. He was flipping. Not only is he a fraud, he's a stupid fraud. What does a stupid fraud mean? A stupid fraud is he's still putting his face out there and showing where he's at. Just estando en el mismo pinche lugar, todos ya saben donde vive el güey. And he's not too far from the coast of the ocean. What happened to all the schooling? Baboso, pendejo moves. And with the other pendejo, I'm just going to mention this so we can move on. Okay, let's get the pendejos out of the way. Let's get the pendejos out of the way first. And with the other pendejos, same shit. So to me, it's business. I don't know how you guys see it. To me, it's business. You want to start talking about your genitals? Then you do you. 100% you do you. The ladies want to tap back into that, to seeing the disrespect, to seeing them being belittled. Oh, we're laughing fun. Yeah, I guess at one point. It's fun. It's funny, right? Just like when I meet certain people and I don't do a fucking background check on people. I don't run a make on people. And then all of a sudden I find out this and that. Well, then the fun's over at that point. I'm not even going to comment anymore. We'll just let the pendejos be the pendejos. They'll go out there. Whoever wants to fuck with it, will fuck with it. It's funny because I go over to the youth center and the camps and stuff like that. And they already just said, that's already been cut off. How are you going to be one of these guys coming off, again, being a straight pendejo, which is sticking your chest out over any dumb shit you did in the past. But on top of that, oh, I got jumped over here. And I got this over there. And if that's not the biggest fucking clown on YouTube, you tell me what is. I'll leave that open. If that's not the biggest clown on you, I don't know what is. Overgrown kids. I guess it must be nice. I want to live my life just laughing it all away and passing through life, enjoying it. And I genuinely am happy. I know in the world today, there's a lot of different definitions of the word happiness. I'm going to give it to you right now on ChicanoTube. That way you can just engrave this and know this is it. Happiness, to you, and this is an explanation that's going to hit everybody. It's not just going to hit some people. It's going to hit everybody. Happiness is reality minus expectations. That's the true definition of happiness. Happiness, I'll say it again, is reality minus expectations. You, in your own personal situation, have to remove those expectations to whatever you wanted. And in order for you to be happy, know that if si le echaste ganas, you've created the reality you want. And if you're not in the reality you want, and God's still putting air inside your lungs, you definitely can go out and get it. It's not too late to go out and get it, but you got to remove any kind of expectations. I genuinely am. I don't wish those pendejos, those babosos, they know who I'm talking about. One of them, here's probably what you didn't know, or maybe a lot of my new subscribers, is broke a contract with me and owes me money, and I have a judgment against. So to me, it's only business. But on top of that, reading that paperwork on AC, and I might not agree with AC on everything. Obviously, I don't. But can I get along and work for a common purpose? Hell yeah. I'm more of a professional. I'm not going to be bumping here on the internet. Pull up. I'll wreck your whole family. First of all, where are the apologies? Where are the apologies? There's such a long list. Of course, a grown man or woman doesn't have to do anything anyone else says. But hypothetically, is there courses to maybe be in okay graces? First off, there's a lot of apologies. The first one is for being a fraud. I came off as I was someone and I was tough and I did this and I did that. And in the end, when someone dropped my real shit on the internet, I try to strike it as fucking fast as I can. But it wasn't fast enough because everyone got the screenshots already. And I was a fraud, exposed. 1. 2, after knowing that, you would think what was on paper, someone that was educated to a certain level, knew how to navigate. The conduct didn't match what the illusion was. The conduct didn't match that. Getting drunk, all of a sudden, 3-4 Bud Lights. Turn into Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't know why. I'm going on a rant on some pendejos, huh? And I haven't even got to what I wanted to talk about today. The other pendejo, again, my 10 G's is probably the first step. You know, if you have any honor, some people don't give a shit about honor. That's the thing. That's the generation. That's new school shit. That's not old school shit. There's no honor. There's no character. There's no palabra. There's no word anymore. When you see all these guys, again, sticking their chest out thinking they're someone, 100% misleading. 100% misleading the next generation. Period. I'm not saying you can't tell your stories and, oh, I did this and I'm not saying that. Matter of fact, today, ask my members only. I don't know if Foom209's in the comment section, is he? Feed me food. What kind of black tattoo is that, bro? It's so basically it's just black, bro. It's just black. Todo esto era, it was a bunch of hair. This arm right here was a bunch of hair. It was just spiral, a bunch of hair. I did end up putting the logo here in the front. And then this one over here, I just did another cover up, the letters and stuff like that. It just looks shiny because I put Neosporin, but it's this was script writing. So here I had the murderer, here I had the robber. Those are all buried the first week of October. Old school 90s shit. So it's black, bro. And so I was commenting on EBK, man. Shout out to EBK. I was commenting on EBK's live, and I said, I'm going to go up the arm, probably going to do the chest. And then here, good thing is I only got like a quarter sleeve. Because to keep it real, I just, I don't got time. I don't got time for nothing fancy, to keep it real. But let me answer some of the comments before. Kevlar559, yeah, calling pendejo out on his bullshit. Call him out on his bullshit. Because there needs to be apologies made, first off, to one individual's family. I'm not even going to mention his name. Hearing that pendejo's name triggers him because he publicly blasted him out on the internet. Fucking sinvergüenza, man. Isn't that crazy? This is the biggest rise and fall. I don't know why there isn't more videos on this. The people that make media, these kind of videos, I can't believe they haven't done a rise and fall from beginning, all calmado, leaning back on a picnic table. Yeah, this and that. And yeah, and I actually appreciated his conversation. I knew he was talking from his heart. If he would just come straight out of church, have a bite to eat with the old lady, and just, soaking in the scene, the moments. Obviously, he's in California. California, don't get mad, people from other states. We got the best weather, chilling, lounging, doing that. To when did it turn into something is when he joined at the hip with the other pendejo. Again, some people would be like, wow, Mikey, you were this. And was I? On the internet, you think I was Ace Coon Boons? Or something like, I'm way too damn busy, especially my circle's always been, you could even ask my wife, my circle's always been less than 5 people. The neighborhood is thousands and thousands. I'm sure the neighborhood, but 75% were always away, is thousands and thousands deep, but all of us only hung out in pockets. 4 or 5 people. One calle. But we're spread out all over the calles. That's all it was. It's always been small. So just because I ring announce one event, it's not like I'm running a make on everyone that's in the pinchy event. I didn't know one person, but out of that event came some great relationships. I'll tell you that. Shout out to Beanloke. Shout out Big Joe. Shout out Paul. Shout out Sonny. So today I ended up, that's right, Fish Lair, I appreciate you, my boy. Real talk, Mikey. Saludos to you and to yours. Yeah, you know what, Fish Lair? It shocked a lot of people. I'm sure on 4th of July, everyone's sending a DM, hey, this and that, this and that. Again, people are there going to watch the live. Do what you do. It's entertainment anyways. Fucking do what you do. Here, it's a movement. Here, we're going to be talking about this. Let's get past the pendejos now. Let's talk about some real shit. But anyways, my Chicano story, I started dropping those on the members only today. Was day 1. I had, those that remember from the Salinas report, I had 1 or 2 up. I took them down because I felt like I was holding, like I couldn't get graphic enough. I couldn't get graphic enough on the stories. Let me make sure this is closed. I got all these windows open. It bugs me when I have windows open. It's like when I have a lot of emails. That bugs me too. I'm one of those kind of OCD freaks. I got to have my email inbox all the way at the bottom. And you guys are like, shit, I'm the opposite. I got 1,000 or 2,000. And it is what it is. All right, perfect. Gracias, Fish Lair. So, yeah, my Chicano story, part 1. Part 2 is coming later. It's there. It's in the members only. It's not for everyone. That's the videos. Of course, on YouTube, people would like to hear because it is interesting. I'm going to keep it real. It is interesting to hear someone say, oh, we did this, and I was on the bus, and then after classification, and then I was here, and then I was there. And I guess it sounds interesting until the point where if you don't understand that all of a sudden, if that's all you're talking about, sticking your chest out, the youngsters, the cycle continues then. The cycle continues because all through the 90s, hicimos un desmadre because we saw the guys paroling with white shirts and garbage bags and in the FB counties, and where's Hank and where's Art and where's da-da-da. And then this cycle just continues. We got to stop that. Stop it. It's not about likes. It's not about comments. It's not about subscribers at all. It's about being you and trying to do something for the people that's genuinely going to help the people out. All right, let's move on. My Chicano story, I hope that helps somebody out. It's in the members only, though. The members only, you want to hit the blue join button, you can. Shout out to my members only, good old time. And they have only access, and they know something that's coming up, a big announcement. Big announcement coming up. Am I hinting? Big announcement coming up. I'm excited for that. The members already know. They got an NDA signed. No, I'm just kidding. Did you see the video of the Colorado couple that got off a train and got some footage of allegedly, supposedly Bigfoot sitting right alongside the mountainside, okay? So here comes the train going through, I think it was Colorado. So you already know Colorado has plains and it has some mountains. And here's that train coming through Colorado, right? Here it goes. And all of a sudden on a mountainside, on this landscape that just slopes and descends down, you have almost identical to almost every video that's ever been shared about Bigfoot. I make the comments a little bit lower, though. I think you're blocking my Chicano tube sign, man. Let me see if I know how to do this. Stretch. Yes, I can stretch. All right, that phone number is still up. I just don't block my sign, guys. Don't block my sign. The older version of Trip. Pocho One shouted you out. That's right, man. Shout out to Pocho One. Because again, he's another one that's just trying to lighten the people. Seriously, there's some of us that come on here with the only motive that we have. The only motive that we have is to help you level up in life. No matter what, I'm not saying I'm a guru in every single kind of life, but I think the shit that I've been through, you see other people on the internet and they tell those stories every single day, and they're some of the most influential people. I just won't put a lot of that stuff out there. That's the members only. But believe me and feel my heart, just like Pocho One, is all we're trying to do is enlighten the people. If we agree on everything, it is what it is. If we disagree, it is what it is también. But being a Chicano, okay, that commonality, we can always find that, right? Always find that. And of course, here that on Chicano Tube, we're not pushing some kind of, if you're not Chicano, this or that, and we're not pushing none of that. Okay, we ain't fucking, there ain't no Chicano Nazis over here just trying to push some kind of superior. The Bible says, by the grace of God, I am what I am. That's what the word says. So by the grace of God, I am what I am. I didn't choose where I was born. I didn't choose what nationality. He chose it. I could have easily been Australian. I could have been French. I could have been Canadian, African, you name it. But what I do know is the cards that we were dealt, we're going to use and we're going to push through. We got a special thing going on in Chicano Tube, okay? And we're not going to get into those topics, who's Chicano, who's not Chicano. Because I know it's like me if I said, oh, I'm Japanese. I know I'm Japanese, even though I got no lineage, I ain't got no blood in me, no ancestry, nothing, right? I know I'm Japanese. You can't talk me out of it. I'm Japanese. To each his own. I'm not going to fight you. I guess, you see how it sounds? To some it does, to some it's not. But anyway, shout out to Pocho One, really there, really in the struggle, really knows about the farm worker movement, and is trying to help the people. Sas, it is what it is. Sacred Hurt, she says, I'm good. That's right, at work. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, Scumbag Sports says, good live. That's right, I appreciate you, my boy. Gnarly Vato, yup. Got to be honest. You got to be honest with yourself. You know how you get honest with yourself? Stare at yourself. Like this. Stare at yourself in a camera. Like this. In the beginning, it's funky. It's like, it's like, what the hell, And then all of a sudden, you get into a mojo and you're like, you know what? Whoever's going to rock with me is going to rock with me. This is how I move. This is how I groove. If the people are feeling it, they're feeling it. They'll hit the like. They'll hit the subscribe. Anyways, about the Bigfoot, though, it looked like the same suit. Have you seen the guy on TikTok? There's a TikToker. He puts on a Bigfoot suit, or some people could call it Sasquatch, and this guy is just playing Kenny G on the saxophone. This guy, have you seen that? Has anyone seen that Bigfooter? I'm telling you. This guy, the world is off the hook, you guys. The world is off the hook. This guy just, he's doing his thing in the forest. That's all I got to say. He's in the forest. He has a saxophone. He's playing Kenny G. He's on TikTok. I don't even know his name. But believe me, it's true. There's a Bigfooter playing the saxophone. Hold on, gente. Let me get back in the comment section, too. And we'll keep it pushing. We're past the pendejos trying to act cool again. Like they're the cool kids. No, you're still on Leper Island, and whoever fucks with you will fuck with you. But we know. Sick or hurt at work. I appreciate you, amiga. Oh, Lafalau could have fooled me. Or less gnarly. That's right. Good one. Likewise. Gas. That guy. Hey, I started working with a Japanese homie. That's right. You started working with a Japanese homie. Like, what do you do, cabron? I forgot what you do. Smokey the Local Bear, he tapped in with me. Man, he's been follow him on IG. His fucking clips, they're like a movie, man. And I don't want to laugh because a lot of it's dangerous when the tops of trees are on fire. I mean, it's crazy. That's that movie shit that, they're inhaling that. And I think he goes out for like 2 weeks at a time, then has 2 weeks off, 2 days off. He's a real one. So shout out to him. Shout out to you, Gnarly. Shout out to everyone that's just getting up and making a conscious decision to go and work for their families every day. Shout out to all of them, the real unsung heroes. Those are the ones the youngsters need to be following. Like the ones that had parents with hard work ethic. That's a grown man and a grown woman. That's what it is. Anyways, keep it pushing. I also saw again Israel. Yeah, I guess Israel and Palestine. That's been a trending topic. I'm not going to get into a whole, I think I did it for like 30 minutes on my last live, you guys. So if you want to go ahead and the live that was on my mom's birthday, which was 10/11, go back if you really want an expounded. I'm not saying I'm some kind of expert on world news or what the conflict in the Middle East. I just know based on what's in the word, just based on what's in there, on the possession of the land, how it's changed ownership over the years, who has been ruling over the land. Eventually, about 100 years or more or less is when it really started trading hands in current modern day systems of war, where now they have very advanced war weapons like tanks and airplanes and etc. And they don't stop developing those. I know all of that history up until now. So the latest in the news with Israel, I said that to say this. Man, that was a long intro. The latest in the news with Israel is now Hezbollah got involved. Okay? Hezbollah is another group out of Palestine. So again, I put the facts out there. A lot of this stuff, I'll tell you what some of these I would call them globalists, elitists. I would call them the real rulers of this world, the real rulers, right? Because we're conditioned, we're conditioned a lot of ways in life to think certain things, to know certain history, understand certain things, or so we are. Is that's the only level that everything's on? Is politics makes the world go round? No, it doesn't. And to be completely honest with you, politics is really a buzz killer. I mean, you want to kill the party? Absolutely kill whatever party's going on. Start talking Biden, Trump. You'll kill it. I'm not saying don't vote. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just keeping it real and speaking from my heart. Okay? So I'll put the facts out there and give it up to the people's court, and then you guys can decide. Hezbollah is part of Palestine. So I guess I will give let me give a condensed 2-minute. Let me give a 2-minute version. 1917, Great Britain controls the whole territory now. After the fall of the Ottoman Empire, Great Britain controls the whole thing, right? And the whole pastel is going from the top of Israel all the way to the bottom. It didn't include the Sinai Peninsula. They got that in 1967. The Sinai Peninsula was a big chunk that went through Egypt. But remember, out of Egypt, that's where Abraham came from. Boom. He was just trying to cross the Jordan. Remember, like Gregory Isaac said, I'm going over to cross River Jordan. You were supposed to laugh. And if you didn't laugh, well, I'm going to laugh for you. Anyways, so that whole land, Canaan, okay, Great Britain, they saw so much war, all of a sudden everyone started migrating back. Because every time there was a different empire and ruler in Israel, there was more that fled, more that left, more that fled, more that left. So obviously they're real, because the biggest attack on Israel, of course, was 6 million of them dying. 6 million, yes, I said it correctly. 6 million of them died in one of those instances, which is today known as the Holocaust. So there's been a lot happening there. Once Great Britain said it was, and this is, a lot of people say God moved on Great Britain to say, you know what, we're letting Israel come back to the land and establish something that's theirs of their own. And then Great Britain saw how they were just going to guerra all day long. They decided to get out of there And when they got out of there, Israel did not hesitate because, again, Great Britain had already written it down. This is 1947, 48. Great Britain said, you can come back here, establish for yourselves, your own. Before then, Palestine, Arabs, Palestinians, I guess I'm talking about the same people, technically did have more possession of that land, time-wise. It wasn't that much longer. On what I counted, it was about 100 years, more or less, on my timeline, again, according to the Holy Bible. And then when Israel established, when Great Britain left, immediately they made themselves a state. The next day, they're at war. They're at war. They got all sides coming. Israel, Syria. That's like the United States. Well, the United States is big. Let's say if the United States was an eighth of that size. Let's say the United States was only California, Utah, Nevada, and its neighboring. It's a piece of land. But all of a sudden we had Canada, Mexico coming, and the rest of the United States was another country coming at us. So they call the 6-Day War in 1967 miraculous 6-Day War. I try to keep it 2 minutes, you guys. But anyways, Hezbollah is on the Palestine side. They're getting involved. The tactics have always been invade, and then after that, propaganda. Do you see how they're using it? Do you see how they're using your telephones? That's what this thing was invented for. Radio, communications. The first radio, really what it was a propaganda tool. They knew if we can get the word out, we're coming like a mean, monstrous machine. We won the war mentally before it even started. Hezbollah's getting involved, so now they're using the media. Yeah, cutting off decapitations. I mean, that's self-explanatory. It's grotesque. It's torture. And that's just what's on the phone. That's just what's on the media. If that's too much for you, keep scrolling by or don't look at those articles, especially if it's going to cost us some kind of you slowing down, a little bit of depression, anxiety. Just don't look at those things. But Israel, again, is in the news. We're going to keep it pushing. Let me get back to the comment section. JC361, I have my son doing 10 burpees a day. He's 4. That's right. He's super on track. He's super on track. Right now, I'm lifting weights 2 times a week, but I stay on that keto diet. I got a keto diet mixed with high protein. Keto, you guys, is so good because it's very strict. It's really, really strict. It's so good because that's why it's good for you. It restricts you from eating shit, crap, processed foods. A lot of the food in this pinchy country, they don't even let you eat in European countries and other countries across the pond. They don't let you eat a lot of the food that we eat here. And you see on the commercials on the TV, all they do is pump us with all this media to eat crap and put crap in our bodies. That's something else we can go off on a tangent on. But at least you got them on burpees, cabron. That's right. Go and get your money. Get those burpees, youngster. Colonel Sanders says, damn, spitting knowledge. I'm just right here. It's Friday night, cabron. We could talk about that. Let's switch it. We got to balance it out, you know. We don't say too much on world news and world politics, but we can. I saw something else that was interesting. It was Jada Pinkett. Now, you notice how I'm not calling her Jada Pinkett Smith. She's not Jada Pinkett Smith. And this is Cheeseman Tube, right? This is Cheeseman Tube. Give me a second. Hold on. This is Cheeseman. So Jada Pinkett recently did an interview. And on this interview, she wanted to get some stuff off her chest. A lot of people at certain times, they will just say things, just get it all out there. It's therapeutic. How can you move on? You put it out there. And then when you do, by faith, you believe it's done. You know, it's not 200 years until you're a skeleton, you're going to heal. But you put it out there. And she put a lot of things, Jada Pinkett, on her latest interview that was never told before. The first thing, this kind of rocked and shocked. Jada Pinkett, on her latest interview, said Tupac Shakur proposed to her while he was behind bars. Wow. Crazy. Now she wants to tell her like that. Like right now. Okay. That to me, that was already a fucking a splasher, a bomb right there. Whatever you want to call it with Jada Pinkett, right? And you notice why I didn't call her Smith? She also said in the same pinche interview that she has been separated from Will Smith since 2016. They've been separated, and when Will got, remember the slap her? That's gacho, man. The slap heard around the world. Sas! Will Smith. He did the slap. We heard on Chris Rock. You remember that? There was a lot of people were driving. It broke the internet. I mean, the internet just broke in half that night. And the next day was going to be the hangover off the internet, which was everyone else and their mama that barely didn't catch it when it happened, but it catch it the second day, was talking about it. This was a slap heard around the world. Jada Pinkett, she said she was surprised that Will Smith, at that incident, the slap heard around the world, she was surprised that he referred to her as his wife. I'm telling you, Jada Pinkett was dropping some jewels on her latest interview. She's an interesting character. Te voy a decir la verdad. I'm usually a good judge of just energy and character, and without, because people should. They should carry themselves genuinely. They should carry themselves, not try to act a certain way or just, it's kind of like being in front of a camera. In the beginning, you might be like, oh, people are watching me, And then after that, I'm like, whoever's watching is watching. I'm going to do me. That's how these celebrities who've all their life had cameras, paparazzi in the bushes, shooting pictures of them because they're public figures. They don't give a shit no more. She doesn't give a shit. This interview is crazy. She decided to drop that about Tupac, drop that about Will Smith. Let's move on, gente. Ain't trying to make it the Jada hour, but holy smoke. She came out in some very urban movies. legendary urban movies, right? From back in the day, the early 90s. That's right, Evelyn 925. Keto is good, but not for the long term. You're right, amiga. I appreciate you, Evelyn. Evelyn 925 is in the casa. If she has a channel, go ahead and hit that avatar on that channel, on Evelyn 925. Hit that avatar and hit the subscribe. It's keto. Okay, so for the guys, I mix it with high protein, amiga, because it will cause muscle reduction. So that's something the guys have to balance out. I understand with the ladies, it might be, and I could be wrong, of course, ni modo que soy mujer, but they might be more figure thinking, as far as what their goals are. And with guys, it's like, you know what, we got to have chest and shoulders. The guys have to have, so right now I'm just lifting weights 2 times a week. I was just telling my wife, though, I'm thinking November I might go back to the boxing gym, but here it is, coming home with headaches and black eyes or whatever. But anyways, let's keep it pushing. Oh, let me see some more. Fum209 also subscribed to her sister Emily Falcon. That's right. See, they got each other's back. So I don't know why more people don't do this in the comment section. I really don't. I don't know why you guys don't go and copy and paste your IG links and then put them down there. Or Facebook links, or X or Twitter links. See, it's all about building. It's about building. That's what it is. You guys connect in the comment section. Drop your IG profiles. Drop your channels and do all that. Fum209, though, that's one of my members. So he just seen Chicano Story Part 1 drop today. Where I was born. That trips a lot. It probably tripped you out when you saw that. You're like, oh, shit. Yeah, I was born right there, right on that alley, which is right there, damn near a war zone, ¿verdad? Man, gracias a Dios. What else? Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, shit. Here's the megastars. These guys, here's a $500 million player. There's levels to this, right? Floyd Mayweather was kind of like on that $350 million level. Canelo Alvarez got like $50-60 million his last fight. He's on that level. And we're talking about highest paid athletes here, right? Highest paid athletes. So there's tiers. 50, 350 was Floyd. Canelo was pinchi 50, 350. Cristiano Ronaldo, this soccer player has a $500 million contract. He came out on the news. What was going on? It went down in Iran. It's not all crazy anymore. I'm not going to put more hot saucy limon on it. Kick back, okay? Kick back. But anyways, in the country of Iran, what Cristiano Ronaldo just did is penalty by Irani statutes, laws, and all that to consequences. What did he do? He ended up doing, and this was a publicity stunt, Cristiano Ronaldo. It was a publicity stunt. He ended up meeting with a painter that painted 2 large portraits. I think it was of him. I can't exactly remember. I don't want to mislead you guys. So I'm not 100%. I think it was him. 2 large portraits, and it was a photo op. She was in the middle. He went up to her. He hugged her, embraced her, gave her a kiss on top of the head, posed for the photos. I think went on the other side, posed for more photos, and it was done. Something that looked very normal. I got to keep it real. Something that looked very normal. Well, this is Iran. Iran is different, you guys. Iran is ran. Oh man, you know they have very and I'm not claiming to agree with every single thing before you hang me. I'm not claiming to agree with every single thing from that country. Some of the consequences and penalties, though, I will say this, could have a good effect here in the United States. O sea, imagine if you knew you get caught for stealing a candy bar or doing this or doing that. You're getting put on a pinchy post, tied down to a post. I mean, I hate to use this example, and like in the movie Passion of the Christ. Lord, forgive me. Perdóname, Señor. Tied to a post like that, and your sentence is dependent on your crime. This one that Cristiano Ronaldo did, 99 lashes. Yes, you heard me say it right. 99 lashes is what this one, the consequence for doing that. They're charging him with adultery. Adultery. Remember, this is, again, it's crazy because a lot of that stuff is traditional. There's things I disagree with. There's things I don't disagree with. It's like, I wish there was a way to kind of fuse things that made sense as well. Not barbaric things. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about back to the barbaric days. I'm not talking about sacrificing on top of a temple. I'm not talking about some old canon law stuff. I'm talking about, I wish there was a fusion where some people, I tell you what, they'll be less likely to steal from that store knowing they got to get tied to a post and lashed 99 times. They'll say, a la chingada con ese pinche dulce. Miss Chicano Tubes in the building. I do keto because that's right, I do not do it for my figure. I do it because of my insulin resistance. There's so many benefits to keto. It just basically is cutting out. It's hard for a lot of people, though. Immediately cut out processed foods, keto. Here we are, Mexicanos. Here we are, arguably, this is what I believe, we have the tastiest food in the world. I just got to get that off my chest. Mexicanos, Chicanos, we have the tastiest food in the world. To each his own. No se enojen. So it's hard to cut that diet out. You know what I ended up doing? The taquerias next to one of the offices. I have 2 offices. The taquerias next to both of them. I ended up telling them, hey, everything you put on the burrito or the tostada or the taco, ponlo nomás en una ensalada. Because they do have, they cut salad, they cut lettuce to put on top of the quesadillas, they put lettuce or whatever. You know, they sprinkle lettuce. I said, just put that on there. I got my own private menu. That's how I make it work. And so Miss Chicano Tube, yeah, she'll be coming on the platform real soon. She could definitely speak about that. I believe she has a PhD in that, and you're gonna trip out. You're gonna trip out when we get together and do it. You're gonna trip out on that. We'll have a lot more. We'll just expand. It's just gonna be way more topics. The same old topics, the same old things we talk about on Chicano Tube, right? Anyways, let's keep it moving. Low sugar, high protein. That's right, amiga. Yeah, I've been drinking a gallon of water since I've been boxing. I amateur box for like 10 years. Don't forget to hit on Evelyn925. Hit on that avatar right there and subscribe over to the channel. She was on L's channel not too long ago. She was on L's channel. That's right. So just try not to have them have sugar. Yeah, sugar is one of the number one killers, man. Tanto antojo que tenemos para el azúcar. This is killing us, man. It's like the number one cloggage. It's the number one cause of diabetes. It cuts your life off by like 20 or 30 years. It's probably like cigarette smoke. It's crazy. Some people just puff out about to each his own. You're puffing out a pack. You do what you do. But there's a long-term damage inside of that. If you can overcome it, I believe you can. It don't matter how long you did. I think I smoked for like a year or two, but that was it. I don't know how. I probably would smoke like after a beer. That kind of was my transitional period after. Was after a beer, but then after a while, I was like, damn, all my clothes are smelling like it, and I just decided to give it up. But all these things we will be talking about. I don't want to go on a health tip because I am a little bit of a health nut here. 6ix9ine was in the news. He got arrested. I'm going to be real brief with them. We don't want to talk about more pendejos, but he was arrested in the Dominican Republic for him and a crew. This sounds so fucking dumb. 6ix9ine has a crew? Who? Someone is sticking their chest out that they're in 6ix9ine's crew? Are they like posting that on social media? I'm in 6ix9ine's crew. Times have changed. Times have truly changed. So he got arrested right off of an airplane. He did this and tried to jump on an airplane and try to get the hell out of the country. And they stopped him right before the plane took off, opened the hatch, opened the doors, got him and arrested him because there's video surveillance of him and about 8 to 10 guys rushing 2 guys. And the reason they did this is all of it. This guy, who is this guy? He's Tony Montana. He's getting someone disrespecting my wife. He grabs 8 or 10 people. I'm just saying. So, anyways, if this guy can roam around, these other pendejos on YouTube that got exposed, they could roam around, I guess, too. Ain't no one gonna do nothing to him. You know, it's like a slap. It's a slap in the face for those that are in that game. It's a slap in the face to those who have made a career out of that, and that's their world. That's a slap in the face to them. To each his own. To each his own. I'm going to move on past that. Let me go ahead and go back into some comments, you guys, before we wrap it up. I don't know how the hell it's 8 o'clock. It just flew by, man. Just do your boy the favor, though. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit the bell. We got plenty more coming soon. The members only, that announcement, I can't wait to make it out to YouTube. You guys already know what's cooking, good looking inside the members only. Again, the members only is not for everyone. Matter of fact, don't subscribe. Don't subscribe. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's those pinche guerra stories and some of these people that they tell stories. Yeah, I got stabbed 10 times and I did this and I did that, and you're proud of that. All of those years you wasted that could have been productive years, and I say wasted. I really truly do say wasted. Oh, well, Mikey, you know, you come off a better person and you learn this and you're like, yeah, you could have learned that out here and hitting the books and going to school and college just like everyone else. So don't glorify that and lie to the youngsters. Don't lie to them. Don't stick your chest out and try to come off like this is some cool thing. That's old. That's been happening for 50, 60 years. Get over that shit. Move on. That's right. Sacred Hurt. Remember dehydration. Okay, yeah, that's so my honey, when she wakes up in the morning, she got a routine. I forgot what my honey said. She said, what did she say? The protein. She has to eat the protein first and then other things after. My honey is real strict with it and has gotten great results. I'll leave it up to her to tell that. if she decides to come on the platform. There's no pressure. That's right. That part, Evelyn. That's right, amigo. I'll have to look into that. Thank you. That's right, Evelyn925. Don't forget, hit on that avatar right there. She's got a great channel. Denise Castillo's in the building. Gilvelin, Mikey, and Miss Queen. It's 8 o'clock, amigas. Friday night, we had a good conversation right here. We started off, more on cheese, man. Started off on cheese, man. It kind of jumped around. A lot of things were going on, right? They cited Bigfoot. Israel, again, was in the headlines. But just because Hezbollah's involved, they're going to be doing a lot of grotesque and gruesome shit, and it's really, really messed up. And at the same time, the U.S. government, all we're talking about is send another $10 billion to Ukraine. It's called money laundering, people. High levels of money laundering are happening right in front of our faces. They will cause the circumstance for the money to be allocated and then line their pockets up and laugh as we're all divided. That's just what Israel and Palestine, one more thing in the news, it's just another thing to divide the people and concentrate a distraction on while the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. That's really what's going on in this world. But it is what it is. Fred C. Nellis says, Mikey Facts, I appreciate you. There's the official account. Okay, there's a verified star right there next to Fred C. Nellis. So he didn't see Fred C. Nellis. I started off the live talking about some pendejos. Some people have sent me clips and give some opinions. I'm like, look, man, you guys are going to follow who the hell you want to follow. But all the information is out there. There's some pendejos that said they were on level 10 and they were doing this and doing that. And all of a sudden they ended up being frauds. And they still won't apologize to the people. They still want, you know what? Yeah, I lied. I lied for a year. I lied for a year and a half. Yeah, I said I was over there in Fred Nellis. I said I was in Fred C. Nellis, running things and everything was running through me and I was inside every meeting. And the whole time, you're leva. They don't want to answer that. They don't want to give a response to people like Dreamer. Dreamer from Corcoran. Can anyone answer that? Answer that one. That's what I want to know. What was wrong? Was there any holes in his story? He told it. I believe him to be the truth. Weren't you the victim? I'm going to let that go. I appreciate you, Fred C. Nellis. Speaking facts. I love to do a live. She's like, Miss Chicano Tube. She like to do a live. Okay, well, we'll get on here. One of these days. Obviously, we'll set it up. The Dia de Muertos live, you guys, is going to be on steroids. Palabra. I was just telling my wife, I said, I'm going to do a Dia de Muertos live. This is the first time I tell her, right? Because my wife is, she jumped on YouTube not too long ago, just recently, and she likes YouTube, you know what I mean? And she's the one, 100%, just like this set, you guys. This is my wife. This is 100%. This is the executive producer. All of this is her. She would do the Dia de Muertos altar, and we would do like her brother's birthdays that month, or we would leave it up for a little bit, and then I would tell her, yeah, don't worry about it, honey. I'm going to tear it down. Leave it up. And really what I would do is I would do some videos in front of it. So this year, though, boom. You know what I mean? Since the channel got rebranded, we've expanded. We expanded our conversation. We expanded everything, trying to help the people and elevate ourselves. She's really on board, so I highly appreciate that. Blessed is he who has a wife. That's right, Nardivato, a video of someone speaking. They have a video of someone speaking Russian. Now they can pretty much do AI on any video and put words in someone's mouth. I mean, literally, you could have Biden. Was not my favorite president, I'll tell you that. You could have Biden's mouth and his lips running, and it'll be Biden's voice, but it'll be a whole different message. And they're trying to cross him up. AI is getting crazy, you guys. Elon Musk, he was the one that was trying to warn people. Elon Musk. He was trying to warn people of AI. Don't put all your eggs in that basket. Slow it down. Because if you're trying to get machines, to be self-sufficient, it's going to hurt the human race, obviously. That dude, Elon Musk, he's a trip, man. Did you know the dude, Elon Musk, is proposing to build for all the congestion in Los Angeles? So shout out to everyone from LA. All the congestion in Los Angeles, Elon Musk is proposing to build an underground road. Several, not just one, several. He was saying, I heard him say, Elon Musk, you could have up to 100 different levels of subterranean tunnels 100 different levels where LA traffic can go like this. This is this dude's thinking. I think este way is very, very, has a very high IQ. It's a trip what he says. You know, he actually says the biggest mistake the human race ever did was trying to harness all of the, this is what he says. I don't know if it's true. It could be true. Elon Musk. He's saying the biggest mistake the human race did was trying to harvest and harbor all of the carbon of the earth. We're trying to harness all of the carbon out of the earth, which is oil and gasoline. He's saying we're naturally extracting, and that'll come to an end. I was like, whoa, what do you mean that'll come to an end? What the hell? He believes there can come up with a system that in 25 years can come up with an energy self-sufficient system off of solar power and hydropower, trying to be 100%. So the way he sounds, to be 100% self-sufficient on solar power and hydropower, which is water power, right? This dude is very, very interesting for his ideas. Do they think he's a nut job? I don't know. They probably think he's a nut job. Could some of the things he's saying could be true? I damn well believe a lot of the things he's saying is true. But then he goes on and he says, the sun one day, you know, that's going to run out. And I was like, that might not be faith-based. He might not be looking toward the sky that's going to crack any moment. And the Lord comes back and it's all over in a blink of an eye. He might not be that. He might be more, maybe I don't know. I don't know his beliefs. Let's just keep it that. So yeah, that the sun's going to, I was like, I don't know. And I think he thinks we live in a simulation. Elon Musk. Okay, I'm going to end it like this. This is crazy. Well, maybe we'll continue. If you guys want to know more about Elon Musk and what he thinks, we'll talk about it another time because he's a very interesting character. He believes there's multiple parallel universes happening every day. He believes every time you go to sleep, you wake up in another dimension. That your dimensions change and the courses alter, not 100%, but that they alter. It's not just one lifetime and it ends. It's constantly entering into different dimensions. He's saying that's why you have dreams that don't make sense and different universes. He's talking about this vast area of space that is not inhabited. We can't be alone. He's a real interesting figure. I'm gonna end it with him. He's interesting. That's right. The critic is in the casa. He says, that's my guy. I appreciate you, my boy. Man, shout out to you. Shout out to the whole 408. The critic, there's a real one on some real grown man shit that just still puts it down. I see what you were posting the other day. They can't count us out, fam. They can't count us out. We still in shape. It's harder for us to keep this shape, you know, coming up on 50, and we still got the six-pack and the chest and the arms. The youngsters can eat McDonald's and they still have a six-pack. It's harder for us, so that's the effort that we do. Not just that, my man, the critic on the grill, on cooking, that's another level. He's another level of eats. Frestinella says, achete, that's right. Saludos, JC361. I won't trust Elon Musk, electric planes. Yeah, but the thing with electric planes is, so Elon Musk came out, if you don't know what maybe he's talking about, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I think this is what he's talking about. He proposed coming up with a new plane that ascends vertically. Doing that shit no longer needs runways. Isn't that what we've already seen in movies? This dude is thinking that far ahead, and he's very scientific. Okay, his IQ, what's the highest IQ level? Is it 300? 400? This guy's like 800. Let's just say he's double that. I believe. It's funny because Joe Rogan will ask him a question, right? Elon Musk. And then when Joe Rogan asks him a question, he'll always take a 30-second pause, and then he'll go like this. What do you think about that, Elon? He'll do a 30-second pause, and then he'll always do an exhale. Before he gives his 800 IQ answer. I'm just saying. So he's talking about these new planes, which are like saucers. The way they move, they don't have to use a runway anymore. How is this working? He explains how their trajectories and how it moves the way it moves. with magnets and gravity and angles, and we got to talk about that. We've already seen that in movies. You know, right here, boom, I'll take off from Monterey, and I'll just point straight to Vegas. And me and the wife will go to date night. By the way, your 11-year-old son wants to be Spider-Man. It's Halloween. That's right. Oh, I got to go by Party City, you guys. You guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's 8:11. I got things to do this weekend. I got to go by Party City, but let me read some comments. Be safe driving home. Yeah, whoever's on the road, hey, make it safe. Calmate. They're always coming up on my bumper, you guys. I get in the slow lane. All of my life, people have been passing me in traffic. I'm one of those. I might be the annoying driver to you that goes speed limit, but it's better to get there. It's better to get there. Come on. Chicago Dumb says, tap in to beat those. That's right, man. Beat those. The Jetsons. That's right. He said the Jetsons, huh? George Jetson. Damn, that's crazy, huh? Are we alone here? They already told us this year. This is the way it went over your head. Either it went over your head or you don't believe it. And the reason you don't believe it is you don't believe 3 high-ranking naval officers went in front of judiciary committee in the United States. It wasn't like the alien show in Mexico. That wasn't from the government. The alien show in Mexico was not from the government. This was from the government, the U.S. government. You don't believe 3 high-ranking Air Force retired, I don't know if they were generals, captains, or something, when they testified of the United States knowing and having a program for multiple decades studying extraterrestrial spaceships and have collected some biologics that are non-human. Why did they just give that to the gente right now? Why? That's the question. Why did they just drop UFOs are real and they went over most of our heads, or some of us just kept it pushing like it was nothing? Why? Now was the time. We're getting so bombarded with media. You don't know what to believe. And I'm going to tell you like this. As we wrap this up, it's 8:15. Believe of nothing what you see and nothing of what you hear. I used to say this. I used to say, believe half of what you see, none of what you hear. That's what I used to say. Now we're inundated with so much media. I say, believe nothing what you see and nothing of what you hear. It is what it is. Fred knows, damn, there's a dimension where I'm on Chicano Tube, another dimension where I'm... That's right, my boy. Split channel, huh? Well, Selena's report is it's in the region. We just had to expand. We had to just take it there, you know? As soon as me and the wife came up with this vision, first thing I did was I sent off the trademarks. You know, you got to go through the U.S. If you didn't know this, you guys, the U.S. Office of Copyright. Okay, Google that. The U.S. Office of Copyright. If you believe you got a brand that someone's going to want to snatch from you, you want to make sure you get that copy, you get that registered, just send it off. It's like $350, and it is a process. They'll send you like one letter. They might send you more. They want you to do sometimes corrections on things. It's about a year to year and a half process, but I appreciate you. So I know there's 3 dimensions, way. I do know there's 3. There's one where I'm talking to you on Chicano Tube. There's heaven and there's hell. That's just me. I believe that's real. I mean, if not, it's totally up to you. You don't have to. You do you. When the Lord said, if your left hand causes you to sin, chop it off. It's better for you to enter the gates of heaven maimed than to be in eternal fire. This is the Lord. This is the Lord. Again, I'm not trying to offend you, but it's Chicano too. Okay? Which is Dios, familia, y cultura. I believe if we established ourselves, if we founded ourselves in just those 3 principles, we can rule this shit. We can run this shit unified because we're putting Dios primero, we're putting the family second, and we're watching out and we're taking care of all of our families. Everyone's family has every necessity met. Not one necessity is lacking. That means we take care of the issues that affect our families. Y cultura. Wherever you're from, you're Scottish and you're wearing a kilt. You're African and you got this, or you're whatever garbs, wherever you're Russian and you got the big hat. Be proud of that. And we ain't trying to take that away from you. But anyways, I don't even know how I got on that, man. I was on a tangent. I got hot right now. Dios, familia, cultura, siempre. That's right. Machete's in the casa taking his custom bikes to car shows. Taking his custom bike. You could eat off anything on that bike, huh? Any single corner, any single fender. That's right. Before you go, what do you think of Fernando Vargas' sons? How good are they? Well, I believe Baby Vargas, I saw him on Top Rank. I believe he's a prodigy. I think Baby Vargas is a prodigy. Fernando Vargas Sr., I don't know how he's 29 years old with only a dozen fights. He wasn't fighting. I think he was trying to go to school and do something else. Amado, I think he swings kind of like a barbarian way. He street fights like people that don't know shit about boxing would fight. They just don't know shit about boxing. And it's crazy because he's wild. So he has his dad's heart and corazón and huevos. So he goes forward. And I think with the Baby Vargas is where we have the biggest prodigy. But you got to be careful and not put him ahead. Remember what happened to Gabriel Flores, that youngster from Stockton? He was 10-0 and 12-0, just like Baby Vargas. They put him to El Venado Lopez, a dude from TJ that absolutely was throwing bombs and looked like he was going to cause brain damage on that youngster. And the youngster's dad was in his corner, didn't want to stop the fight. That was fucked up. That's when the debate came out of should fathers be coaching or not. Because sometimes emotional reasons, they're not throwing in the towel and thinking of the son's safety when the son has persuasion over the father. Let's keep it real, you guys. Come on. A lot of our sons and daughters, come on, we're somos tiernitos. And they tell us to do something, we're going to do it. Somos tiernitos. But that's dangerous when it's a combat sport and your son is getting served. I mean, served. I mean, lit like a Christmas tree. So anyways, I don't even know how I got in that. I can barely believe I'm alive and made it this far. Then breathe. Every single soak it in way. So everything, man. Be happy you got up. Be happy there's a job to go to. Be happy if you got kids, they're healthy. There's so much to be happy for. Again, let me end it like this. The definition of happiness is reality minus expectations, you guys. Reality minus expectations leads to happiness. I'm going to let you guys go, you guys. I'm going to tap back in with the familia. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Dia de Muertos Live is coming soon. Be on the lookout for that set. It's going to look like we're in Mexico. I appreciate everyone in the comment section. Gnarly, Sacred, I appreciate you. Matter of fact, let me go over here because I seen Evelyn 925s in the comment section. And so if you didn't know what I do, you guys, is the ladies, I always wrench them up. The reason I always wrench the ladies up is because I want them, when I'm not paying attention to the comment section, to take care of themselves, to feel safe in my comment section. I started this video by talking about some pendejos that are just the biggest clowns on YouTube that started doing live videos again, and people have sent me some clips, and they're like, well, what do you think about this? I'm like, well, to each his own. But the reason I unsubscribed from both of those pendejos, and they were like conjoined twins. They were tied at the hip, right? I don't know. Someone told me that one left. He's not messing with them. I don't know. The biggest reason I stopped was the sex play. I can't do that. Dudes from Salinas, that's cardinal. That means it's not funny. Someone else sent me a video. I'm not going to put his channel out there. A lot of people say, I'm always beefing with him or whatever. I'm not going to put a channel out there. But someone sent me a video, and there was 3 guys, and there was one lady on that panel, and the one guy was talking about having a dick extension, that he was dragging it on the floor. I looked over, I zoomed on the video, I looked at the lady's face. Do you know how fucking much that lady wishes she wasn't in that fucking panel? You can't sense it? I can. Anyways, we're not talking about pendejos no more, you guys. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's Friday night. I'll see you on Sunday night. Hoping to have a relaxing and productive at the same time weekend. I send blessings your way. But remember what I always say, gente. Oh, do your boy that big 3, though. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'll put this live up in the community page. That way, if you're listening on the replay, you can still hit the like. But I'll put it on the community page. That way, some of you guys that tap in and say, oh, man, I'm at the hospital listening to you. I'm driving the FedEx car, UPS car, or wherever you guys are at. A lot of law offices and other stuff that listen to right here. They appreciate the conversation. I know I got to minimize my explicit lyrics. I promise. I'm going to try to work on that. But I appreciate you guys. I'm out, you guys. Remember what I always say?